journey time.
How about that?
How about that?
I've been waiting all night for this.
So we want to say good morning to everybody that is driving and listening. We appreciate you very, very much.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep you awake as you're on your way to work or the yard sale or the grocery
turn
store.
That off
or I forgot I had this one on.
So Chet's got too many. I'm teaching Chet to do way too many things at one time. And so he's gotten into the groove of multitasking because the raid parade yesterday, he's like,
oh my God, the raid parade yesterday. If you did not see that, oh, wow. So, that was an event, let me tell you what.
And it moves along so fast. And I happened to be home yesterday because Chet wasn't feeling well. And we had so many people coming to the house to try to get our roof fixed and all this other stuff that I stayed home to help him. And so I was doing the raid parade while he was watching. He's like, there's no way I can do this by myself. I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I won't be here next Friday.
I'm going to wing it, guys. Law Jones and me need to recruit you for help, buddy.
Yeah. So we have got, we've got a serious topic, but we just need.
We're going to touch on it, keep it light.
Right.
And okay, so we're not getting all heavy. It ain't about nobody in particular.
No.
It's general YouTube stuff, okay?
So let's first of all just do a quick hello to everybody in the chat. Chet has been chatting with everybody in the chat before the show started.
That's what they said they wanted, so that's what I've been doing.
And he's going to start doing that. He's going to start getting in the chat early. So we're not going to mention everything that's going on in the chat, only because y'all have already done it. But we're just going to say hello to everybody. So good morning.
Let's do it.
Good morning to the Gaylors.
The Gaylors, I think they're the first ones here again. They beat me in here again. And they opened the door, and Law Jones was next.
Oh, my goodness. And they were all talking about breakfast, you know. So we love the fact that you guys love your community and want to just really interact with each other.
And so I got useless information that's going to go along with your breakfast, guys. You're going to like it.
Let's see. Who else is in this chat?
Oh,
boy, they've been chatting it all up.
We've been chatting. We've been talking for a half hour.
I see that.
Yeah.
Oh, and Eddie Lugo's in the house. Good morning, Eddie
yo.
Lugo. And let's see, Mark the Shark here.
Mark the Shark. Good morning, Mark. He's on his balcony watching the ships go in and out of the port of Miami. What a great place to be.
Okay.
Glad to have all you guys here this morning coming in to share breakfast with me.
Let's see. And Law Jones was with us in the raid parade.
Yes, he was.
What did he have to say about that?
Yeah, he said it was pretty interesting because of there was so much different stuff to see.
Yes, it's a large variety. It's not just cruising.
No, there was so much. What we have there, we had trains we watched. We had camping stuff we watched, and people building stuff, and tours of Germany. I mean,
it was crazy.
Baseball parks, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Cooking, people cooking.
And CME Traveling's here this morning. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Kurt and Marsha.
Let's see. I don't see. Boy, y'all been talking about coffee and everything, haven't you?
Yeah.
Traveler Bust is here this morning. Good morning, Traveler Bust.
Traveler Bust.
And SCT Adventures. Good morning, guys.
Greg and Felicia, what's going on this morning, y'all?
And Team Reese Travels is here. Good morning. And we have JNS Adventures. Good morning, you guys.
Good morning, JNS. Good morning, all y'all.
Let's see. Jeffrey Schmidt is in the house. Good morning, Jeffrey Schmidt.
Good morning,
and Jeffrey Schmidt has an assignment. And Law Jones, we're going to give you an assignment too, okay?
You're going to give him an assignment?
I am. Okay. So, Law Jones, your assignment every day is to give us a positive statement of the day. Okay, so you go find us a positive statement of the day every day. And we've already assigned the joke of the day to Jeffrey Schmidt.
Yeah, he volunteered, though. Jeffrey says, good morning, everyone. Joke of the day. I know my limit. I just keep passing out before I reach it.
And we have Cruising is Fun Anytime is here with us this morning.
Good morning, guys. Cheryl. We set our
see.
alarm. I'm here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We set our alarm. I'm here. Squeeze the noisemaker more.
There you go.
Just for you, Cheryl.
Noisemaker more.
We see we got our husband Jeremy in here too. And hey, good morning, Team Reese. Those raid parades. I was reading his comment there.
It moved.
Those raid parades move fast. Let me tell you what, do they move fast? It was crazy. It was 2 hours of wow. It's like being on sea lake journeys for 2 hours.
It was. And let me tell you what, because I was in the parade the whole time. I started with the very first pre-party, whatever they call that, all the way through the after party. And let me tell you what, I was mentally exhausted afterwards. And we have the Chapmans are in the house joining us from Facebook. Good morning, Chapmans.
Good morning, Chapmans. All right.
So I think that we've told everybody good morning. So let's have your useless fact.
Oh, this goes along with our breakfast, guys. I looked this up since everybody was talking about they was eating their Flintstones for breakfast and Lucky Charms and chocolate milk and stuff like that. Did you know that in medieval England, beer was often served with breakfast? How about that?
Well, I could see that because a lot of times wine and beer settled your stomach from,
Yeah, you couldn't always find the water to drink. So, what are you going to put on your coconut pebbles for breakfast? You put your beer on there.
There you go. And cruising is fun anytime. Thank you so much. Yes, everyone, please hit the thumbs up.
Oh, yes.
And after the video is over, feel free to go in and comment in the regular comment section. I know that we talk a lot in the chat, but a lot of people on whatever platform they're watching can't always see the live chat because of the platform that they're watching it on, or their cell phone or whatever. It's too small to read.
Oh, and Eddie Lugo's got a big note up there.
He does?
Yes, right there.
Oh, yes.
704.
Wow,
yes.
Wow.
We told y'all yesterday we were dangerously close to 700. Well,
yes.
Someone said dangerously close. Well, we'll fix that.
So we're going to fix it today and say we're dangerously close to 800.
Dangerously close. Dangerously close to 800, y'all.
We're dangerously close to everything, right? Okay, so hold on one second. I need to get some of this stuff closed out on this monitor.
Wow, that was a flashing light before my eyes.
Nobody else saw it but you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so there's a reason we're talking about copyright issues today. There's two reasons we want to talk about it. Number one, we have a lot of people asking us on our channel, why are we not doing what some of the other channels are doing? And we want to explain to you today why we're not doing that, okay? And we all know that there are some channels that we all follow that YouTube shut down for copyright issues. Well, it's not just little channels they do that to. They'll shut down big channels too, or they'll have a lawsuit against a big channel. And some people say, well, they've had their channel for 2 years and they're still doing this and they're still getting away with it. How can that be? Well, let me tell you what. Let's just make up a story.
Well, it's like the guy that goes speeding down the highway every day for 3 years and doesn't get a speeding ticket. And then he's upset when he gets a speeding ticket.
Yeah. Well, let's just make up a story. Let's say that me and Chet, our little jingle in the morning, the Rise and Shine jingle, okay? Rise and shine. Join us
for a lap this morning. Sea Leg Journey Crew.
That is our jingle. We made that up. We have not filed for a copyright thing for it.
Right. Yeah, we haven't copyrighted it.
No, we haven't copyrighted it. But if another channel started using our jingle, we could wait until they were making money and they were highly monetized.
Ooh.
And then we could say, hey, that's my jingle. You stole my jingle. All we have to do is prove that we had the jingle long before they had the jingle, and Chet has it written down on,
it's on our YouTube channel.
Right. And Chet writes everything down. He keeps logs and stuff. And we could actually tell you exactly what day we created that jingle and what day we first used that jingle on our live shows. And we could then have a copyright infringement against that person. And you know what? When people do that, a lot of times they wait until you're making a lot of money. They want to wait until you're making a lot of money because then they can try to reap money from you and sue you. I don't want to sue you for $100. I'd rather wait and sue you for $100,000.
Yeah, we think there's a lot of, from what we've observed, it looks like there's some unscrupulous people going around. We've had them send emails to us.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, we'd like to help you build your channel.
Yes. So there is a particular channel. We're not going to, first of all, we're not mentioning any channel names. We don't do that. Okay?
No way.
But there is a channel right now that is a very large channel that he was doing something that he thought he was okay to do. There was someone that contacted him. We've not the same people. I don't know if they're the same people, of course not. But we have gotten many, many emails and messages from people saying, hey, let me help you build your channel. Let me help you make your videos great.
Now, these are not YouTube channels contacting us. These are, they have their own little companies. They call themselves.
Right.
And they say, look, this is what we specialize in. We help build channels, and we can show you how to do this.
So the first thing I do when I get these emails, number one, I do not respond to the email saying, no, thank you. I immediately block them. I block them from whatever platform they sent that information to me. If it was from my email, I block them on my email. If it's on Instagram, I block them. If it's on Facebook, I block them. Because what happens is you think you are doing what is right and acceptable. Come to find out, they are not doing what's right and acceptable, and now you're in trouble for it because it's on your YouTube channel. So I just want to make sure.
Eddie Lugo's got a good point there. Right there.
I saw some things coming up in the chat.
Sea Legs, mail that stuff to yourself. That U.S. stamp is your copyright stamp, but just don't open it. Yeah, it kind of dates everything too, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If you got it inside there, it's dated inside.
And you do not. Okay, so in the United States, we do have the copyright house of, I forget what it's called. Anyway, it's up in Congress. And some people believe that you have to have your copyright filed up there. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because there are different laws and different rules and regulations for copyright issues. So I don't have a lot of information that I want to put up, but I do want to put up some information for you guys so you understand why.
Did you get the link?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah, she's going to put the link up too.
It's right here. So this is the link that you go to see anything about copyright things on YouTube.
So don't take other people's words for it. Don't take other channels. Don't take experts who send you emails or call you on the phone, and not even us.
Mm-hmm.
Go to this link right here. Find out for yourself. Okay.
And we're going to talk a lot about music and videos, because music and videos is the #1 reason YouTube channels get in trouble. And then the second thing is video clips.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many YouTube things I have watched where they're saying, create a YouTube channel and you don't have to create your own content. You can go out there and you can just get these clips and you can build shorts with it and put it out there. Let me tell you what.
Ooh, don't do that.
YouTube is already catching on to that, because they're saying you can't do that. You're stealing someone else's work. Okay, now here's another thing. The copyright music in YouTube. There is a YouTube library that we are allowed as creators to go and use this music. Or in my platform, I have Filmora. I have music that I have the right to use because I am using their platforms. Well, a lot of people say I used YouTube music and I got a strike for it. Why? Well, it's real simple, because there's 2 different kinds of music to get off of YouTube. The first one is, it just looks like this. When you click on it, it says that this little thing here, and it simply says that you have the right to use this if your channel is monetized with no attribution is required, because YouTube has an agreement with whoever that music came from. The second option is this one, Creative Commons. If you look at this little box in the center of the screen, where that little arrow is, you have to copy all of that. If you click that, it copies it. And then when you put it in the description of your video, it has to put all of this information. If any of you have been to college and have written a college paper, and in that college paper, you had to cite your references, you don't just cite, I got it from Chet Dodd's book of funny facts. You actually have to quote the book, the page the number, all of this, who published the book,
what year it was published,
what year it was published, all of that. Well, basically, that's what you have to do with music on YouTube. And that's why this one here has all of that information as if it was cited on a college paper.
So we'll take a light break here for a second. Hit that one right there.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tanisha. We have tons of celebrations today. Okay. Let's pick one. Happy National Hero Day. Celebrate someone who is a hero to you. All right. You know what? We all got heroes. We all have heroes. And find one and celebrate that hero today.
There you go. There you go. And Law Jones is saying it's like footnotes. Yes, it is like footnotes. And even clip art. You can't just go out there and get clip art off the public domain.
That's another one too. When I was watching her do all this, I go, why you got to do that there? And she goes, well, because we don't want to get gigged on this. I'm like, oh, right. Okay.
So even if I used a little robot clip art in one of our live streams where we were creating something, or we were doing something about robots. And I went out there and I got a clip art of a little funky little robot. Cool. Well, and I had to put the link of where I got that from. And Chet's like, what are you doing that for? I said, because it's a copyright. It's a copyright strike. It's a little cartoon robot. Yes. But I just can't go out there off the internet and pull anything I want and put it on there. Same way when people say, how did you get those pictures of those Carnival cruise ships? Now, if we took the picture of the Carnival cruise ship ourselves, okay, But several years ago, we bought some pictures from Carnival, and I actually paid for a flash drive with all the Carnival ships on it. And I actually got a copyright statement that says that I have the right to use all those pictures of all those cruise ships.
That's right. That's right. So you just got to cover yourself and don't take anybody's word for what to do. We're giving you the whole information right here today, where to go find it.
Right.
We're handing you the library. You just got to go read it all.
Yes.
And you know what? It's so complicated. There's so much there. I was trying to read it all last night. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to eat supper instead. but so the best thing we try to do is just not record any music on live shows.
And now that's something, give me back. Chet stole the mouse, by the way, to put Team Reese's comment up there about cite your sources. And let's see, Jeffrey Smith said he stands for the flag for the heroes.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. And J&S Travels, a big shout out to all the veterans in the shout.
Right on, J&S.
Yes,
that's a Navy man right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jeremy, I saw your Navy picture up there.
Yes, and so when we're talking about music, my next slide is simply about music. So why was the content I recorded or I purchased myself had to be taken down? Well, the last sentence in this whole big statement is music playing in the background, you still have to have permission to use.
Yeah, how about that?
So when we're walking along the ship and they're playing, they're just playing elevator music while you're walking around the ship.
Oh, I cannot tell you how much video. We've come home with hours of video and then played it back and went, oh my gosh, didn't even notice the music, because on a ship there's music everywhere. And so we end up throwing out like 75% of what we recorded because there's music everywhere in it. Mm-hmm. And so we're getting better about now finding places where the music ain't.
Because it simply says music playing in the background, you still need permission. Well, what is permission? Let's talk about what is permission. Is recording a live music session in a band monetizable? Well, if you look at statement number 3, and I'm going to let Chet read statement number 3. Can you see that, Chet?
Yeah. Bear in mind, there are 2 copyrights. One is for the performance or recording, and one for the composition. So you need permission for both.
And go ahead and read number 4.
And there's an also in there too. Also number 4, you should ask the artist, record label, or the music distributor and the publisher to whitelist your channel so that you don't get copyright claims from the record label or the publisher. This is how YouTube knows you have permission.
So right there, they say on cruise ships, they announce it before every performance, whether it's the comedy show, whether it's the show in the main theater. We were actually, this is a true story. Recently, not the Freedom, but I think it was the Conquest. We were in the comedy club and we had been filming on the ship, waiting for the comedy show to start. So when we went in the comedy show, Chet had the camera on the gimbal and it was sitting on the table.
It was turned off.
It was turned off and it was sitting on the table. The comedian left the stage and came over to us and said, excuse me, sir, please tell me you're not recording my show. We said, oh, absolutely not. And Chet showed him the camera was off. The
camera's facing this way and it's off. So yeah, I'm not recording you.
And he said, I appreciate that because there are copyright violations that him as the comedian can get in trouble for because we're recording the show. And we explained to him, we do not do that. We would never, ever do that. I have been on other YouTube channels watching something and my own conscience would not allow me to watch their video anymore because it was copyright infringements all over the place. And my personal conscience, I'm like, I cannot continue to watch this video because it's killing me. And I don't want to contribute. I don't want to be the contributing factor.
Right. Same here. Team Reese got a good point. Yeah, sometimes you don't even notice the music playing until you play it back. That's what happened to us many times. We come back and we play it, we go, oh my God. So we either have to blank out the music and then we dub in our own canned music over it, or else just throw it away.
And once again, we're not telling y'all this because of other channels. We're telling you this so that you understand why our channel does not record the whole show or a whole performance or anything like that, because we respect everyone. We respect our viewers. We respect the people we're getting content from. Do you know when I film on a ship, I will literally walk around the ship and I'll say, is it okay if I use you in my YouTube video?
Yes.
And that deck party thing, when you saw all those people in that swimming pool, before I filmed any of those people in that swimming pool, I just said, hey guys, listen, woohoo. And they all looked at me, I said, listen, I'm Sea Lake Journeys. I have a YouTube channel. Is it okay if I film y'all? And they're like, oh yes, sure.
Oh, and the great part is we've got that video up now, and some of the people are contacting us going, hey, that's us in your video. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, we always ask people if we interview them too. And say, hey, how'd you like to be on YouTube? We're interview, and they're like, yeah, sure. And so, and some people are like, no, we'd rather not be here. Not a problem.
Not a problem. And
walk on to the next one.
And we walk on. The Gaylords have a great comment here as well.
Oh, let me get Law Jones here. There's a few seconds clip allowed. Law Jones is buried somewhere in all of this information we gave you of how many seconds you are allowed, and we keep it
well under that, well under that. And the thing is, you got to remember that copyright infringements are copyright infringements, period.
Right.
Period. It's period. And that goes back to, let me see that mouse 1 second. I just want to put this up here again, just as a.
We'll come back to the Gaylords.
Gaylords will come right back to you. It says, you have to have permission from the record label publisher, the performer, and anybody else that is involved in this music. Without that, you just can't do it. And we're going to come back to the fair use thing in a minute. Well, you know what? I'll say it right now. There is a fair use policy. Well, the number one thing in fair use policy is it cannot be for profit. That's the number one thing. It cannot be for profit.
And your YouTube channel is a business.
Whether or not your goal is to be monetized is irrelevant. YouTube is a business.
Yes.
Every channel out there is part of that business. So YouTube is for profit, period. Your channel yourself, you may not care about the profit, but you are still a for-profit item if you have a YouTube channel. Now let's see the Gaylords comment.
Right on. Okay, the Gaylords say you can purchase music service that allows you to use that music, but as soon as you no longer subscribe to that service, or you can no longer use the music in the videos that were made while you were there.
That is correct. That is one reason, a lot of people say Epic Sound. What Epic Sound is, it's a bunch of YouTube creators that got together and they have their own music platform. And you can pay a monthly membership and you can get music off of Epic Sound. I do not do that. I do not do that for several reasons. Number one, what if Epic Sound goes down tomorrow and they're sued or whatever, they're closed up and I don't know it? I've got music out there. And another thing is, just like the Gaylord said, once I no longer have a subscription, I'm not allowed to use their music. It doesn't matter if I use their music before or not.
So now you've got all these videos back there with this music and you got to go back and find them and take that off.
And, that's just like some things that, you can create anything you want to create. You know what? Let's go back to that whole 2-minute timer. Do you know that me and Chet can make our own 2-minute timer? Chet can do this. Look here. Chet can hold up sticky notes. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're making our own timer. And we can put that out there on YouTube instead of getting a timer that you don't know you're actually allowed to use. That's why we create so much crazy stuff. And our games. Hi, Meg. And our games. Somebody said one time, what about the game shows you have? The game shows we have, Chet makes up all of it. He makes up all the questions, all the craziness.
Yeah, nobody can duplicate this.
No, nobody can duplicate this. And the other thing is that we want you guys to enjoy our content, and we don't want you to feel like we, Sea Lake Journeys, is violating anyone's privacy or anyone's livelihood. Performers, they're making a living off of this.
So if you got a channel, just beware of people coming to you and saying, hey, let me show you how I can improve your channel. And I'm not talking about another channel giving you advice.
No.
We're talking about companies that come in, that they're looking for their own gain. If they offer you, hey, use this music, hey, use these pictures, beware. That's all we're saying. Look at these rules yourself. She put the link in there, and just beware and be knowledgeable.
And if you don't have a channel and you're following a channel, that is doing copyright infringements, we're not saying don't watch that channel anymore. But what we are saying is don't be disappointed when that channel comes down.
Yeah, and it may be next week or next year, or who knows, but we're going to try to avoid all of that. We try to stay on top of the information we need. She keeps taking my mouse away from me.
No, he keeps taking my mouse away from me. Let's get this straight.
All right, so back to some fun stuff here while we only got a few minutes.
Okay.
So did anybody learn anything out of that? If you didn't, go check out that little thing that, what do you call that? The thing you put up there, the website. Yeah. Then you'll know all you need to know, because there's way too much in there to talk about in 30 minutes or 30 days.
Put up Hannah.
Oh, Hannah.
Yeah. Good morning, Hannah. So
Good
nice
morning,
to have you
Hannah.
with us.
Law Jones, potentially, but as soon as you post this video to YouTube, copyright checks will flag it, and you'll have to resubmit the appeal with the reason to the original credited artist to approve. See, there's a whole lot to go through.
And it is a legal process, because YouTube is a business. Just like in court, you can appeal your case in court. It doesn't mean you're going to win, but you have the right to appeal. Now, how many people get jury trials and they're like, you know what, I'm going to appeal it. Well, you have the right to appeal it. Don't mean you're going to win. We got a couple more comments down here. There you go.
This one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's got the mouse, you guys. That's
wow. I just showed Jeremy. I got an email saying they could help my channel grow. He said no.
Look at there.
Listen to Jeremy, Cheryl. Listen to him.
See now, but you know what? As YouTube creators, we want our channel to grow. We want to reach more people, and that sounds like it's great, and it could very well be great. But you know who I trust? I trust vidIQ, I trust TubeBuddy, and I trust myself and Chet.
Yeah, and we go right to the sources of YouTube and the vidIQ. Best way to stay out of trouble, because even if someone's telling you correct information, you may misunderstand it. You know,
and it makes us. We'll see who gets to drive. I get to drive always. And here's a great comment from SCT about Epic Sound.
Epidemic Sound website states your content is clear forever, even after your subscription is canceled. I just looked to confirm.
Well, and we trust that that's true, but for the people that are giving them the music, you know, what's that big band that they were banned for years, and then they split ways because the Beatles. They split ways because they didn't agree with each other anymore, and they tried to sue each other for their own music.
Oh, and Michael Jackson ended up with all their music.
I know, right? Exactly. And those are big people. So, you know, it's just really best to know. And SCT, what they just did, I'm going to put it back up here, because what they just did, they just went and read the fine print. That's where we go wrong. We don't go read the fine print. You've got to go read the fine print.
And trust yourself. Go find out for yourself.
Yes.
Don't say SCT told me.
No.
Sea Lake Journeys told me.
No.
Some other channel told me, because YouTube don't care.
And you know, SCT loves their music. They've got great music. I'm not saying they don't have great music. I'm saying that know what you're getting. Yep. If it's Epic Sound is one of those that has that clause, doesn't mean that they all have that clause.
Let's see. We got Team Reese. Yes, our service through ES says any videos posted while subscription was active is acceptable, but once you end the subscription, you can't use it anymore. But the older videos are still good.
Now, okay.
So you're still cleared on the older videos, but you can't use it anymore.
But now let's go back to the fact that a lot of these subscription things have levels of subscriptions. The basic plan has this. The next plan has this. The high plan has this. You cannot assume that because you have the basic plan, you have the rights of the premium plan.
That's the thing too, right? You got to know what you got. I bought the $8.99 plan, and I thought I bought the $12.99 plan.
Because on any platform they have levels of plans.
Team Reese says, I read the fine print before paying, laugh out loud.
There you go.
That's just smart business right there.
What does the Gaylord say up there? Some channels.
I had it up there.
Oh, I didn't get to see it.
Oh, you want to see it?
Mm-hmm.
You want to see it again?
What does it say?
See again. Some of the channels in the cruising community have had that issue.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And it's innocent. The content creator, I have never, ever, ever seen a content creator that had issues with copyrights blatantly did it.
Yeah, that said, hey, I knew what I was doing.
No.
Sometimes it's a misunderstanding.
Yes.
I mean, contracts can be difficult to read. You got to be a lawyer almost. Oh, where was I at here?
Yes.
SCT, I try to be cautious. I tried to vet them before subscribing. Hopefully they have a pretty good legal team. Laugh out loud. Right on, Greg. I totally get you there.
And Meg has a great comment there.
That one,
yep.
they make terms confusing for a reason. That's for sure, Meg. They do it to their advantage.
Yes.
They're not doing it to be an advantage for you. They're doing it for advantage for them.
That goes back to your job description. Robin, your job is accounting, and you will balance and do JEs, blah, blah, and anything else asked of you. Well, that's the way legal terms are. Anything else. But the biggest thing is you've got to remember that your YouTube channel or the YouTube channel that you're watching is a business because they are part of the YouTube platform, period. Whether they're monetized or not, period.
Right on. So we hope hopefully this was helpful to somebody this morning and somewhat entertaining.
And don't forget, we have a show tonight at 6 o'clock. We are still,
6 o'clock.
We are still wanting to premiere some channels that maybe want some exposure. So far, I don't think we've gotten anybody.
Nobody that's concrete yet.
That's concrete. So if you know, share with other creators if they want to spotlight their channel, or if you have a channel that you just love and enjoy and you want us to spotlight that channel, let us know in the chat and I'll put their link up and we'll do something. We'll support them.
Right
We're all here to support each other, and we're here to support our viewers and our subscribers, and we appreciate each and every one of you. And in saying that, we need to get over to CME Traveling.
Okay, we're heading to Kurt and Marcia. We're going to go over and see what's going on in Virginia. She's taking the mouse away from me again.
So, rise and shine.
Hope you had a laugh this morning, Sea Leg Journey Crew.
And we hope you learned something as well. And now that you understand why we don't put out a lot of content that you see on other YouTube channels.
But tonight's going to be a lot more fun. So come at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Woo! I don't know what Chet did to the camera, but it's awful blurry.
I did something to it, didn't I? Mine's not blurry.
Okay, guys. See you around the channel.
See you around the channel.